The former First Minister was subjected to a bidding war from publishers desperate to snap up her life story, with her autobiography to be published in 2025. Scotland's shamed former First Minister has announced that she is writing a deeply personal and revealing memoir. Nicola Sturgeon has inked a deal with Pan Macmillan for an autobiography about her life in politics. Despite her tendency to not recall momentous moments in her political career, there was a mad scramble among publishers to secure the rights to her life. 9 publishers reportedly battled it out in order to sign her up, with Pan Macmillan winning the battle. The former SNP leader is currently a suspect in an ongoing police investigation into her party's finances and was Scotland's longest-serving First Minister, so she has a lot of material for the book. But it will be a test for her memory skills, which have been called into question following appearances in front of Holyrood committees. Her book will chart how she went from a shy child from a working-class family in Ayrshire to the steps of Bute House as Scotland's first female and longest-serving First Minister. It is expected to cover her rise from SNP activist, to Alex Salmond's understudy and then her 9 years in the hot seat. Pan Macmillan have claimed that the result will be a deeply personal and revealing memoir from one of Britain's most significant political leaders of recent times. Ms. Sturgeon announced the news on Instagram and said that she has always had the ambition to write. She added that the announcement was bittersweet as it came out on the day she is due to attend the funeral of her uncle, respected journalist Ian Ferguson. She wrote, "Very excited to be doing this. I've always had an ambition to write. It is slightly bittersweet today, though, as I head to the funeral of my uncle, the journalist Ian Ferguson. This is something that I always hoped we might work together on someday. Instead, it will be a book I dedicate to him." She added, "Embarking on this book is therefore exciting, if also daunting. I aim to chronicle key events of the past 3 decades of Scottish and British politics and take the reader behind the scenes to describe how it felt to be in the room, who else was there, the relationships involved and how decisions were arrived at. I will talk about what I am proud of and be frank about my regrets. I will reflect on the challenges of being a woman in politics and reveal more about the person behind the politician. I will also draw on my 35 years of experience to offer some thoughts on the future of Scotland, the UK and democracy in general." The memoir has yet to be named but will be published on Macmillan imprint in hardback, e-book and audio in 2025. Mike Hartley, Pan Macmillan's non-fiction publishing director, said, "As well as spending her career in frontline politics, Nicola is a lifelong avid reader, lover of literature and a keen supporter of bookshops and the wider book trade. As a result, it is no surprise that the extracts she has already written are notable for their wit, honesty and excellent writing. We are very much looking forward to working with her on this book." Ms. Sturgeon's private life with Peter Murrell has been kept under wraps for many years, so this could be a topic for the memoir. Her role in the SNP financial police probe could also be touched upon, although this is a live case. She previously described her distress and shock at being arrested, and called the arrest of her husband her worst nightmare. She has also been involved in a number of public scandals in Scottish politics, including the botched sexual misconduct probe into her former mentor Alex Salmond and the COVID pandemic where elderly patients were allegedly placed into care homes without being tested. Old rival and Scottish Lib Dem MSP Willie Rennie said, "As an avid bookworm it was only a matter of time before Nicola Sturgeon penned her own. I'm sure she will have interesting things to say about leading the country through the COVID pandemic, her split from Alex Salmond and more. Given the ongoing ructions within the SNP, I imagine she is leaving the final chapter blank for now. And with a rumoured 6-figure advance she can finally buy the motorhome she has always wanted." Scottish Conservative Chairman Craig Hoy MSP added, "Nicola Sturgeon's well-documented difficulties are sure to fuel interest in her book, but unless she wants it filed under fiction, she needs to be upfront and honest about her huge failings as First Minister and SNP leader.